Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and today it's music night. We're discussing a 1986 album. It's the 13th studio album by this particular group. As I say, it was released in June '86, and it has become their best-selling album to date. When it was released, some of the fans wasn't too keen on the commercial pop side, which this group went down. But as I say, it's paid off. It was the most successful, 1 to 2 million in the UK, 6 million in the US. We are talking Invisible Touch by Genesis. Phil Collins, Mike Rutherford, and Tony Banks. We'll go to Ethan. Ethan's the only one here. We'll go to Ethan, or shall we go to someone else? No, we'll go to Ethan.
Right. Nobody else is here. My 5 personalities are not here, but no. Right, on their thoughts. Pity was mixed. I read up on the history about the whole thing. Shame about it. There was a mixed reaction when it came out. But for me, ever since I was a kid, this is probably my favorite album by Genesis. It's again, I love the pop side they did to it. It's a mixture of. It's a very summer album for me. For some reason, I always associate it when I was a kid, listening to this in the summer.
Well, yeah, what was it released? June '86. So yeah.
So a lot of it are very summer songs. You could just sit out like in a summer day, drink, and listen to this. It's brilliant. But there's a lot of great mixture of, really light, bouncy songs, some really dark ones, a real good, powerful rock one, a slow one, an instrumental one. I suppose we did the talk about Phil Collins' album No Jacket Required.
Yeah.
Like that one, we said, like what I said about that one, No Jacket Required, this one's kind of the same, where I almost feel like this one's got a very Miami Vice feel to it.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that as a Miami Vice fan, but it does. I think because it does. There was one, maybe two. Well, I know one of them was, but I think one of the other ones was in an episode. I can't remember.
Without looking up, I can't say.
Yeah, but it's a great album, and the music videos are great too. I mean, the 2 best bands from when I was a kid were Queen and Genesis, and they've always known how to do great music, be it a 12-minute epic, a simple 3-minute song, or an instrumental. So it's a great album, and it's an absolute favorite of mine. So that's
this album came off the back of because they took a break, didn't they, from the last album, the Genesis album, it was called Genesis. And Phil Collins did his stuff, and Mike Rutherford and Tony Banks did their stuff, and they sort of came back in late 1985 to go in the studios and sit down and just see what they came up with. And most of the stuff tracked on here were just from sitting down and strumming and
in the old farm.
Yeah, they just didn't have anything written, or they just thought, right, oh, that sounds like a good tune, let's put around with that, I don't. I can see where the older fans would say, this is more pop orientated. It is.
Mm-hmm.
The amount they've sold of this album, you can't argue with that.
Yeah, and they did one of the best tours, probably their best tour, which was the Invisible Touch tour at Wembley Arena. You see it on YouTube or DVD. That's their best one. And that was the most profitable one and biggest hit one.
Yeah. I mean, there's 8 tracks, but really I'd say there's 9 tracks really because of the domino thing. But we'll get to that as we go along. So track 1, Invisible Touch, of course, was the first single released off it, May '86 in the UK. Only got to number 15. Don't ask me why. But it got,
Okay, I
got,
won't.
got to number one in America. So,
Oh,
so Invisible Touch. What's your take on that song?
well, the perfect summer song the perfect opening summer song to a summer album. It does have that real bouncy,
Yeah,
go on vacation or holiday, whichever term you want to use, go out there and go on holiday in the sun, beach. And it's a really fun, bouncy tune. It's one of my favorites. I remember I had the pleasure of watching Phil Collins. When he was live back in 2017, the Not Dead Yet tour, he did 2 songs by Genesis. Even though Mike and Tony weren't there, he did Follow Me, Follow You and Invisible Touch. And it was great because he did like lots of purple lighting, like the music video where they wore purple coats.
cool.
I love those purple coats, by the way.
You never guessed.
Especially purple coat with rolled up sleeves, very cool. It's a very cool music, and he performed it. And I love how in live shows he changes near the end where he says, "and she will mess up your life."
Yeah.
He changes it to like, "She will," you know.
Yeah. That live version of this song was re-released a few years after that.
Mm-hmm.
From the album of the Brothers. Was it The Way We Walk or something? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
The Way We Walk.
Yeah, and the live version of Invisible Touch got higher than the original single in the UK charts. I think got to about number 7. But they had to bleep that word out in the live version.
And I remember watching that on video because we had it on video. They did have it on TV back then, and my dad recorded it, and I remembered watching it. And as typical kid, we got why they bleeped it out. So I ended up singing it. I remember my dad, as a kid, I was going like, and then eventually it got to the bit like, and then she will fuck. Shut up!
Yeah, but I mean, it's a great single to come back with. You know, the first single off it. You know, they've been away for a couple of years. First single to come, and it's real catchy. It was catchy. I think it was 86. But yeah, and a good fun video to go with it as well. Messing around in in just a big warehouse.
Mm-hmm. But, it's a great one. You just see them having fun, like, and I think there's that big wheel they go inside near the end or something, just like a hamster moving it along the warehouse. It's a fun one because you see them back together again, sort of thing. Yeah. It is like a get back together song for them.
Yeah. It's great lyrics as well. And as well, the album is credited just to Genesis. It's not credited to Phil Collins or Tony Banks or Mike Rufford writing things. It's just Genesis wrote the songs.
Yeah,
so it's a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
Right, track 2. This was another single. Let's have a look. It was released in the UK in March 1987.
Mm-hmm.
Only got to number 18.
What?
But it got to number 3 in the US. And the single was, shall we say, a mildly edited down form, because this is about nearly 9 minutes long on the album.
Yeah.
It's Tonight. So what we're going to go for this one then?
Well, the first one was pretty light-hearted, wasn't it? And then this one's, it's dark. It is a dark, slow song. And it's nice to listen. It was nice to listen to the full version again. I know they edit down things, but for me, I prefer the full thing because you get full glory. And this one, you just get full dark, grimy glory sort of thing. Because the music video is pretty. I love the music video because it is like a very dark.
You know the video of, I don't know. I mean, it's got nothing to do with it, but it always reminds me of because they're in this like dark old house. You know, big staircases, lift. And there's like lights shining through the roofs and stuff like that. It always reminds me of Blade Runner.
Well, funny you mentioned that because it's the Bradbury building
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is. That's what I was about to get to. It's a very Blade Runner. They did base it off of Blade Runner
Oh, there
because
you go. I didn't
they're
know that.
fans of the movie. And believe it or not, it is the exact same building, the Bradbury Tower or Bradbury Building or something, in Los Angeles that they filmed the showdown between Harrison Ford's Deckard and Roy Batty.
All right. Well,
Where
no,
they actually did, so they did reenact it. And if you look at the coats they're wearing, they are based off of Deckard and Roy, the big sort of collar and the leather coats.
this is why. That's why I got the Blade Runner vibe off it. Then.
Yeah, they're very Rutger Hauer. They're very Rutger Hauer. Like even Phil Collins one is a big grey one. It's very Rutger Hauer.
Yeah, I mean, I like this. This one sort of builds and builds. It's slow to begin with. It's just a the synth.
Yeah, it's a very dark one.
Yeah, and it builds. Like a load on the back that you can't see.
Hmm.
Great lyrics is again. I mean, I'm going to keep saying great lyrics for every song, really. But
Oh yeah. Oh no, I agree. It's a great lyric.
but I've got to agree with you. It's always better to hear the proper full version because when they do edit down for singles, yes, okay, yeah, you get it played on the radio, but there's always something missing when you edit down
Yeah.
an inadequate song to 3.5 minutes.
It's like when you hear Purple Rain all the time played on the radio. They always cut it down. And of course, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be the full version, but I should be used to it by now. It never is. They cut it out, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, so yeah, it's.
And I love it. It's got a Terminator vibe as well, especially if you watch the music video where you've got the gangs and there's a bit where he goes into a bar and there's all the punks and gangs and people out on a night out or something.
Yeah,
It's a very 80s dark look. So it's a very mixture of Blade Runner, Terminator, and even though it's before it, Batman.
It suits the song down to a T. I mean, the song is a very dark song.
It is like the song is. I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure the song is like it's a mixture of life getting you down, or addiction to alcohol or drugs, or just bad things getting you down, and you're saying, help me get the load off my back.
Yeah.
And you're walking down for a night out just to get away or something. But yeah, it's a dark song, and it's great. It's brilliant.
Oh yeah, it's just the way, I mean, the words to it as well, but the way the title of the song, the way he sings, just tonight, tonight, tonight.
Yeah, it's that whole sort of like pushing yourself.
Yeah, he is pushing himself, like I am today with my throat. But I'll carry on.
Oh, you're doing great.
Thank you. Now, track 3. Another single. This was released in the UK in November '86. It only got to number 14 in, I think it was January of '87. It crossed over the Christmas New Year period.
Oh, okay.
It only got to about number 14. It was released in October '86 in the US, so a month earlier. Got to number 4.
So, okay. Well, okay. Four's my lucky number, but at least it's a bit high. But still,
I'll tell you something. The Americans seem to have grasped this album more than
that's the thing. I've always noticed, like my trips to America, whenever I say about Genesis, they light up and they go bloody mental. They go, oh, look, like.
And I know someone in this cast, and there's only 2 of us, really likes this song. You're going to tell us which song it is?
Well, it's this one, Land of Confusion.
Land of Confusion, yeah.
This one, Land of Confusion. For me, the best, as you already know, loads of people know, it's my absolute favourite song of all time, best song of all time, and best music video ever, for me. Because I
wonder why.
Well, I was one of the lucky ones back in the early 90s to watch reruns of a brilliant TV show, which I wish was still around, but probably couldn't get away with it today, called Spitting Image.
Yeah, true.
Which is a brilliant story because it was Phil Collins. I remember when they were recording this, he had caught an episode of Spitting Image. And if people who don't know what it is or too young to know what it is, Spit and Image was a fantastic comedy. As the name implies, it's like Spit and Image with puppets, and it just makes fun of celebrities, politics, in the best and ultimate way possible.
Yeah.
And it's the best kind of humor. And one of the great actors in that, who does the voice of Ronald Reagan in this, is Chris Barry. Arnold Rimmer from Red Dwarf.
Oh yes, he's a good impersonator.
Oh, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
And it was Phil Collins was flicking through the channels one night until he caught this one sketch, and I remember which sketch it was, where it's a mock version of the song "Take a Look at Me Now," well, Against All Odds, and he's like crying. Well, it's a puppet version of Phil Collins playing the piano. He's going, and Phil Collins was like, "What the?" And eventually, he didn't know what to make of it. And eventually, they remembered it, and he called them up and said, "Can we please use your characters from your show for our music video?" Because it was Mike Rutherford who wanted it to be a very sort of powerful, almost a political song. And it is
a political song, yeah.
It is a pretty political song. For me, it's also like a superhero song, really.
Yeah, true.
Very superhero song, actually. And they ended up getting all the characters, be it Gaddafi and Prince, who's the one you see in the music video with the tongue and the hot dog sort of thing. And it just is. I remember memories of a lot of kids I knew were freaked out by this because of the puppets, the way they looked. But for some reason, I just fell in love with it because of the song and the way it looked. It just had this. This was when MTV was amazing. And you had all these great music videos. And this was such an artistic video where you got the puppets, this puppet version of Genesis. It opens up to like a Cold War style, Reagan having a nightmare while sleeping with his missus and a monkey. Bozo, yeah. And, decapitated heads and stuff. A Triceratops with an earring and a punk look. And Godzilla hanging flowers to this Triceratops. And you're like, what on earth? But I loved it. I just fell in love with it because it was such a cool song.
And, I mean, the song was there before the video, of course. And as I said, this was the third single in the UK. But it's the way, isn't it? Is it too many men, too many people, making too many problems, and not enough. Was it not much love to go?
Much love to go around.
Yeah, great lyrics.
The lyrics are brilliant.
I mean, there is a couple of lines what's been pinched for another song, dance tracks. These are the hands that we're given, and
yeah.
I can't remember. Is it Alcazar? I think the group was called.
Oh, yeah. I think it was.
Yeah, they used it in a sort of upbeat dance track. But yeah, as I say, I'll keep saying, brilliant words. Oh, Superman, where are you now?
Yeah, and the music video fits perfectly with Reagan in the Superman outfit. You just these horrific creatures and caricatures and stuff. And also, fun fact, if you watch the music video near the end, where you've got all the puppets in a line singing together, they're going, oh, da, da, da. There's one bit, if you pause it, they're all jumping. You'll actually see the real Phil Collins himself pop up.
We're going to have to do that.
Yeah, you do. It's when they're all in a line and the puppet Phil Collins is singing, and you've got all the characters at the back, and they're all jumping. If you pause it at the right moment and spot him, or go slow, you can spot the actual Phil Collins appear behind the puppets going,
oh, great.
And it's brilliant. And I was like, what the? And, well, I've got to say one thing, which the whole song, as Reagan put it, that's one heck of a nurse. Good shoes. Betty Bye Booze time again. Good night, honey. Beer.
For me, the last track, Tonight, and Land of Confusion are my two favourites off the album.
Yeah.
It's a good album anyway, but those are my two that I always seem to play the most.
Yeah.
And then track 4 is another one it was another single. When it came out, I wasn't too keen on it. But it's grown on me over the years.
Mm.
So it's a slow burner for me. It's taken nearly 30, 40 years.
What took you so long?
It was another single released in the UK in August '86. Only got to number 19. Released in the US in January '87, so it was later on. Got to number 3.
What's going on?
And this track was also used in the movie Mona Lisa.
One of my favourite films of all time, Mona Lisa.
Bob Hoskins and Michael Caine.
Yep, brilliant film.
In Too Deep.
Yes.
This is the Genesis sort of doing a slow ballad.
Yeah, it is a beautiful song, and yeah, you beat me to it. I was going to mention Mona Lisa. It's so funny because you beat me to it. Yep. But I know some people, because I know this was used in another film, American Psycho, because that's set in the 80s and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
I know some people say that, but for me, yeah, I always think of Mona Lisa. I love Bob Hoskins. I love Michael Caine. And I love that film. I love neo-noir stuff. And yeah, like the song, well, like the movie, fantastic. It is a great, lovely, slow song. And yeah, again, like you'll say, great lyrics. It's fantastic lyrical stuff on this. Very beautiful. And it is the whole, am I in too deep with this relationship and stuff like that.
You know, I love you, yeah. But I just can't take this and
this anymore. You know, it kind of it is finishing a relationship, or what? Or are you on the verge of doing it? Do you want to do it?
Yes, as I say, when it was released as a single, because this was the second single in the UK, and I think, you know, after Invisible Touch, the upbeat Invisible Touch. I thought, really, they've released this real slow. I'd have gone a bit more fast again, you know, but not me. But I think that's why I didn't click with it to begin with.
It's a good balance. I mean, you've got the first one, which, you know, Invisible Touch fast, and then Tonight slow, Land of Confusion super fast paced, and then this one sort of like a really slow one. So I suppose. It's a fair balance.
Yeah, it was just maybe a bit of a shock that, you know, after the big, fast, upbeat, Invisible Touch, they've really gone down and slowed it down. And I thought, okay. I mean, it's a nice song, but it just drifted over me. But now it's 2020. It is 2020, isn't it? Yes, it is 2020. I don't mind the song, actually. You know, it's a nice, as you say, nice ballad.
It is a nice ballad. It is a lovely little song to ease things. It's a nice, relaxing one.
As I said in our Phil Collins No Jacket Required cast, I absolutely hated his One More Night.
Yeah, and I lost about 20 lives at that. When you said that, I was like, oh!
I mean, that to me, I still don't like it, but I prefer In Too Deep more than I do that ballad.
Oh, well, yeah.
I don't know. It's just that song. Something just doesn't click with me. Now, track 5, No Justice in the World here, folks, because this was never a single, and it should have been.
Yeah.
But they purposely made a video for it, for the tour, and they used to play it before they came on stage.
Yep.
Starring a well-known British comedian, Mr. Benny Hill. His character Fred Scottle. Good evening, viewers. Yeah, this is Anything She Does, another upbeat song. Over to you, Ethan.
Yeah, I'd said to you earlier, fantastic music video with Benny Hill and great acting from him. Great acting from the gang in Genesis, and all the actors who did the sneaking in, and all the stuff they do to do it. It's classic British Benny Hill humor. And the music video, you're never going to get away with something like that these days. And I forgot, like, watching the music video again brought joy. You know, when he's looking at this naked woman with massive breasts,
Yeah.
in clear view in this porn magazine, whatever it was, or The Sun, you know, big breast, totally braless, looks up, and there's this woman, like, big breast, he's like, you're turning all bloody droopy dog or something on it. But yeah, they'll never get away with that today. But what a fantastic music video, and it should have been a single. And what a great opening to the tour and stuff.
I don't know why they didn't release it as a single. They had the video.
Yeah.
So, I mean, back in the day, when this was released, back in the mid-'80s, every group was releasing nearly 8 songs off an album, or more of all the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what Jackson did.
Yeah.
The album was a single.
Mm.
It's another upbeat in the vein of Invisible Touch, I would say. This.
Yeah.
It's won't ever never get to know her, and yeah, it's.
I was going to say the idea behind this one actually is a real interesting one. Phil Collins based it off of the idea where you've got like mechanics or someone working in a garage, and they all had it back then, and they still do, where they're working away, and they always had those pictures on the lockers of models and all this, didn't they? You know, like some sexy model, big sexy model on their locker door, naked model, and they're like, oh, I'll never get to know her, you know, dreaming that this will be their dream girl, but they'll never bloody get her. And that's what the song's based on, this whole thing, you know, fiction, that's all you really are, I know.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant, fun song. It's great.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is another one I play on the album more than some of the others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a damn good song. But I always say what this song though is, I can't get the video out of my head.
Yeah.
It's like Land of Confusion. The video takes over.
It does, yeah.
When you think you just want to listen to the music, but you've still got the video in your head.
Yeah. Just the whole, and because I've got I've got, as you know, I've got photographic memory, like really good memory. So I get the full thing in my head. I close my eyes. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Who needs MTV?
Yeah.
Nobody does know. Right, track 6. Or is it track 6 and 7? We don't know. Domino. Yeah, this is Domino, track 6, which literally is 2 songs sort of edited together.
Mm-hmm.
In the Glow of the Night and The Last Domino.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single this time. This is just an album track. What do you think to this one then, Ethan? Domino.
It's actually been a very long time since I listened to this one, and yeah, this one's like a bit of a mixture, isn't it? It's like I love the fact. I mean, I like this song, and because it's been so long, I've listened to it. The imagery I got for this, I'll tell you in a second. But it's what, about 10, 12 minutes, this song or something?
I think it's just over 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's over 10 minutes. So it's an over 10-minute epic in vein of, because Genesis was always known for that. They always did big epic songs, which went on for like about 9 or 12 minutes or something. Even back when it was Peter Gabriel, they did that.
Yeah.
So it's still their sort of trade. It's like their signature still from back in the day going on, where they do that odd epic now and then. But yeah, I totally forgot. It starts off almost like a slow, the grey of evening fills the room, no need to look outside. It's like a slow, I miss my girlfriend or Alone song. And then it picks up into like an explosive dark song or something, isn't it?
I mean, when in the glow of the night begins, the first song, I think it's a flute playing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that took me back to the old Peter Gabriel Genesis.
Yeah, it starts off like that.
Yeah.
And then the second half, I suppose the first half is Peter Gabriel. The second half represents the Phil Collins era.
Well, yes, because the feel of The Last Domino I get is the Abacab vibe, I can't even say it. Paper.
Purple Rain.
No, the Genesis song, Paper Late.
Purple. Oh,
I don't know.
purple. We'll get to that.
Yeah, I get that sort of vibe off the Last Domino.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, carry on.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, the first bit is like a really slow. I miss my lover song. Wish we could be together again. And then the last domino kicks up as like in Silence of Darkness. It's just like mega slow and ambient, like oh, they found each other and hugged. And then God knows what it goes into a full blown. You know, the lyrics are like, the liquid surrounds me. I fight to rise from this river of hell. I'll tell you what I thought of when I was listening to this. I thought of it as like, yeah, take a look at the beautiful river of blood. It's like the story in a way. I actually do like it because the imagery I was getting was I was picturing it like you think this, you're back together again, but it's actually you're having a nightmare.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a dream or a nightmare. And I was getting visions of an anime for some reason. I think because we recently watched Akira, and I'm thinking of like, you know, old animes. Because of course, you know, those real dark ones, Devil Boy and all this, where the nightmare stuff. And that's instantly what I thought of, like, oh, I'm back with you, bang, something's going off, blood on the window, explosions, and these kids playing in the river, but they dissolved and stuff. I thought of like anime for some reason.
It's the song I was thinking of from Genesis, the early stuff, was Paper Late.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it is like, it's almost like a nightmare or something. And then, of course, you're not too sure, is it a nightmare or reality, where they say, as we seen last night on TV, maybe if we're lucky, they will show it again. If you're lucky, after that description you just gave us. Children dissolving.
I mean, for me, I'm a bit with this one. I love "In the Glow of the Night" song. I just love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a brilliant song. But for me, the Last Domino, I don't know. For me, it ruins the song. Me personally, if they did it as two separate songs on the album,
it'd have been all right.
For me, yeah. I mean, some of the Genesis fans mostly love like this medley.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if they'd have split the two songs, because The Last Domino just doesn't do it for me. As you say, it's just a bit nightmare. You know, it's just
in
your face.
Yeah, very in your face. It is very, because I was listening to it, and like I said, I hadn't listened to it for ages, and I'm reading the lyrics, and I'm like,
yeah,
what on earth? Yeah, and I'm thinking this is coming from Phil Collins. It almost sounded like, I thought it to me. It's like, has he just pitched the lyrics from a heavy metal song and put it in a pop song?
Song.
Yeah, I was like, what the?
Yeah, but yeah, it's "In the Glow of the Night" is my favourite part of the Domino.
That's a beautiful one. That is a beautiful part.
It is. Right, now, track 7, another single. Hurrah!
Yay!
This was released in the UK June 1987. It was the last single to be released in the UK off the album. Only got to number 22 in the UK.
I've given up trying to ask. I'll just leave it.
But this single was released in the US in August '86.
Mm-hmm.
So when they released "In Too Deep" in the UK, they released this song in America instead.
Okay.
It got to number 4 in America, and the song is "Throwing It All Away."
Yep.
What do you think of this track?
Now I know we got another one after this one, which is an instrumental, but for me, this ends the album perfectly. I like it when they do like a lot of fast songs, but when they depend on the style or the story they're telling with the album, this one I think ends it perfectly. It's a very beautiful ballad, and I love the music video they do to this one because it's Phil Collins. Who opens up the music video. He's got a camera. He's saying like, "Oh, for all you lovely people, you all think we're going to show you what it's like with the life of Genesis. For some, they think it's sex, drugs, rock and roll, wine and women, and this and that. Half of it is, but anyway. And he's brilliant. He's so funny. I mean, he's such a comedian. Well, half of it is, but anyway, we thought we'd show you what it's like. And he's got a camera, and it is what the whole music video is behind the scenes of the Invisible Touch tour. And they're setting up the set at Wembley Arena. They're all backstage having a great laugh and stuff, or getting ready, or meeting the fans, doing autographs, playing around and playing jokes with each other. You know, it shows behind the scenes, you know, what they are. And yeah, great music video. And it is a great sort of love ballad.
It is, yeah. I mean, what? Need I say I love you? Need I say I care? Need I say that?
Emotions, something we don't share. I want to be sitting here.
Yeah.
Trying to deceive you. I better stop because I'm going to quote the whole song now.
But yeah, some of these songs are really well written. You get songs these days and you think, you know, they can't even write. But you
no, they can't. They really can't. I miss days like this where, you know, you've got these people where I think it took them 2 minutes to write a simple bloody lyric, which I think they repeat God knows how many times. In this, you know, they actually just, no, they take like about ages or whatever. But this, they take their time, they deliver, what's that saying? Is it style over substance or something?
Quality, I don't know. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah, they back then, they delivered perfect quality songs with great lyrics that tell a story.
Yeah. I agree. It's a good. Well, I know there is a track after this. It's a good song to leave the album on. After the hectic Last Domino, which as I said,
the anime movie.
The anime movie. Yeah.
That's what I'm calling it.
It's good going out with the album slow, but then you get track 8, The Brazilian. Now, I love the tune of this. I love the drums. I love the synth on this.
Yeah.
And the guitar as well. But it should have had some lyrics.
Yeah, it's a real interesting song. Well,
even if
music.
Yeah, even if it was only a line or two of lyrics, what was repeated through the song, just one line just repeated, it might have worked better for me.
Yeah.
Still a damn good tune.
Oh yeah, it's a great tune. It reminded me of their last album. One of the best songs they ever did as well was Home by the Sea. And that's an epic. That's split into 2 parts. The first part's all the singing part. That's like the big main part. But they did add, you could listen to both or just the first part. But the second bit, Brazilian reminded me of Home by the Sea Part 2, where it is just instrumental.
Yeah.
I think they did have one lyric at the end where they do say Home by the Sea, just one little bit at the end of that one, but most of it's instrumental. But it should have had at least a lyric or two.
Yeah, just one line what was repeated here and maybe at the end or in the middle, but I don't know. It was just it's lacking. I mean, it's a great tune, but it's just lacking for me. But and we have come to the end of the album. So we're going to have have a final score on this. Was it 8 tracks? So final say and score then.
Right, 8 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8. So yeah. If it was just the songs, I could easily say. Let's see. Yep. If it was just the songs, because now I am thinking because of the domino part. I could give it I would probably give it I could easily say 8 out of 8, really, because I do love the band. I love Genesis and everything, the music they do. Even the last Domino was a bit what? But I suppose I'll give it maybe a 7.5.
Ooh.
A 7.5, even though it's my favorite album of all. Well, my favorite album by them. Easy, I could say 8 out of 8. I am torn, actually. Actually, I'm really bloody torn.
Ooh.
That's a first, ain't it?
Indeed,
8 out of 8 or a 7.5.
What, you gonna go? Come on, go on. Decisions. Look at that.
If there was an audience, if there's the audience right now is probably going, this is a twist. Something different from Ethan. He's torn. Well,
what a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Same geek channel, same geek time.
Well, right. I know my score, so.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what? I probably will give it. I am going to give it an 8 out of 8. Actually, just had to think about it there. Because it is Genesis, and the three of them do perform and write so well. And even just if it's not a great one, it's still the music's impressive, and they do play the parts so perfectly. So yeah, go on then. I'm going to give them an 8 out of 8 because they do deliver. They do still deliver, even if it's not a great one. They still deliver.
Well, so this for me, as it's been said, is my favourite Genesis album. I do like Genesis, the one before it, and I do like the one after. I can't remember the title of it now.
Oh, We Can't Dance.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, actually, those are my favourite ones. Those are my 3 favourite albums, and this is my favourite one of all time.
My favourite one, yeah.
It's the best one.
But I'm going to take half a point off Domino because of the last Domino part, because I'm just not keen on that.
Yeah.
So Domino's only getting half a point because of In the Glow of the Night.
Yeah.
And the Brazilian is only getting half a point because it should have had lyrics, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
So it's my score is 8 tracks, and it's getting 7 out of the 8 tracks. So it's not that bad, I suppose.
That's not bad. That's still good.
I still, I gave half points to that one, half points to that one. But yeah, 7. I'm a 7. He's an 8. It's been fun discussing this one. We'll have to do some more in the future.
Definitely.
When we can fit ourselves in.
Yes.
So, Ethan, I'd like thanking you to sitting down and talking Invisible Touch with us.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's always good to just sit back and do something different than the usual casts.
Yeah.
You guys out there, if you like what we do on the music side, leave a comment. Let me know if there's any suggestions of albums, what you'd like us to talk about. We're always open for suggestions. And if you'd like to join us, please leave us a message. We're on Facebook, Twitter. We're all over the place. YouTube as well, of course.
Get your phone, get your iPad, get your laptops out.
Just leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up. And if you ever do watch these on YouTube, press that bell, ding the bell, and every time a video comes up, you'll be notified. So until next time, we do movies, TV, audio dramas, and new albums. So, until next time, when we decide which album we're going to do, we'll just have to leave you in suspense, because that's what we like to do. Because actually, we don't know what we're going to do from day to day. So we just live by the seats of our pants on these casts. So, you guys out there, we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Ta-da.
Bye-bye.